Ni hao! We are still in lesson 1, generating pattern. Step 2. Since we already recognize the type of function where the given sequences originated, we have to proceed in creating the general rule or the explicit formula. This explicit formula allows you to find the value of any terms in the given sequence without relying on the preceding terms. Let us start with these sequences with first common differences. Make sure to master this skill, for it is useful for the next lesson. Let's start with 3/4, 1, 5/4, 3/2, and 7/4. This sequence has first common difference of 1/4. Since I already know the first common difference for this sequence, I can draw a conclusion that this sequence has an explicit formula of a sub n is equal to 1/4 n plus 1/2. What? When? And how? Don't panic, my friend. You just need to be good in subtraction, especially in fraction. Please don't hesitate to pause this video. It is indeed a piece of cake. You just need to squeeze your brain a little. Let us now proceed to the next example so that you can confirm your idea whether it is correct or not. Our next sequence has terms 11, 21, 31, 41, and 51. Again, you need to remember that you need to subtract the second term by the first term, third term by the second term, and so on. Now that I have the common difference, I can conclude that my explicit formula is a sub n equals 10n plus 1. We are now down to our last example. Our last sequence is 100, 95, 90, 85, and 80. Now that you understand that this sequence decreases by 5 every time you generate a term, you must have now drawn a conclusion that the explicit formula for this sequence is a sub n is equal to negative 5n plus 105. In sequences like this, the first datum you must have is the first common difference. The rest will follow. Why would I add 105 here? There is 1. Here is 1/2. Are these numbers related to the terms in their respective set of sequences? I will be happier if you can discover it by yourselves. Pause this video and get a pen and a paper to find the answer. Congratulations for trying to find the answer. Here is the simple but complete explanation. The sequences we deal with are also called as arithmetic sequences. The general formula of an arithmetic sequence follows the format of the linear function, which is y equals mx plus b. In your previous discussion, you know that the graph of the linear function is a straight line. Will it be the same for the arithmetic sequence? Do not forget to comment in your assignment posted in your Google Classroom. Make sure to share your personal observations. The general formula for linear function is y equals mx plus b, while in arithmetic sequence, instead of y, we denote that as a sub n. Instead of mx, we denote that as mn, while b is unchanged. In linear function, m is a slope, while in arithmetic sequence, m is an increase or decrease of each term in the sequence. In our previous example, we recognize that the sequence is an arithmetic sequence with first common difference of 5. 5 is an increase for each term in the sequence. We can draw a conclusion that the explicit formula is equal to a sub n equals 5n plus 7. Please note that the increase is always positive and the decrease is always negative. Here, b and m are related to the first term, such that m plus b is equal to the a sub 1 or the first term. Since our first term is 12 and m is equal to 5, we subtracted 5 from 12, so we have 7. The value of b is 7. Now that we have the explicit formula, we have to check if we arrived at the right conclusion. Let n equals to 1, as in first term. Let n be equals to 2, as in second term. And let n be equals to 3, as in third term. Let us try another example. Negative 12, negative 14, negative 16, negative 18, and negative 20. Now we have to subtract second term by the first term, third term by the second term, fourth term by the third term, and so on. Now that we have the common difference, which is I have a partial formula which is a sub n is equal to negative 2n. Now I am looking for the value of b. Since m plus b is equal to the first term, which is negative 12, and m is equal to negative 2, therefore the value of b is equal to negative 10. Do not forget to recheck your work always. Substitute the values of n, and you must get the terms given